So recently I watched a movie on Netflix called A Whisker Away, and I didn't know much about it going into it, but when I read the pretty much synopsis of it, and it's just basically like a girl becomes a cat to get closer to her crush, I was concerned and a little hesitant to actually watch it because that sounds weird and manipulative. But I decided to give it a shot anyways because I love cats. If I would ever be reincarnated in anything, I'd want to be a cat. I have so many of them and they get to live a bomb life, and I want to live that bomb life. So I just went ahead and gave it a shot, and my opinion changed throughout the movie because at first it was like I did not like it. I found it kind of annoying. But then towards the end I started to like it, and we'll go into why. So pretty much the baseline is there is a girl and her name is, I think her nickname is like Muji, and she is very out there and loud, and that I kind of didn't enjoy that so much in the movie, and it kind of made it hard to watch at certain parts because she is just so eccentric and loud, and she was bullied for it, so it's like I didn't want to be like somebody that was like, yeah, no, that's stupid. But sometimes it was just hard to get through with how over the top sometimes she'd be, and how it's cool to be confident in yourself, it's cool to have these crushes and go after them, but it just seemed to get kind of weird and awkward when it's not being really reciprocated back to her, and she just doesn't have a care in the world. You also find out that her mom walked out on their family pretty much, even though she still is kind of active in her life, I think very little bit. So she had her own home struggles, and I think that's kind of what made her even more over the top. And so she's interested in the character Hinode, and he is a kid kind of getting pushed to take care of the family because his dad is dead, but he really wants to be a potter like his grandpa. He's kind of fighting okay, what do I do? I really actually like this, but I don't know if it's gonna bring in the money that we need. He has this cat that has been visiting him, and it's named Toru, I believe, because that was his family's dog's name that passed away, so it was something that's important to him. So the girl is having a hard time distinguishing what the boy is thinking with the cat and their actual relationship, because he's not really acting super interested in her, but she's taking how he's treating her as a cat to be the truth of the relationship. She knows so much about him, and he always tells her he loves her and stuff like this, and that relationship is just blooming. And I had a hard time watching that because it just seems so delusional and manipulative. A hard time getting behind that because it's cheating. Pretty much you are getting close to someone by not actually being you, and you're trying to use that to your advantage to get closer to them as the actual you. Well, I didn't love that part, and you and her friend is girl, you're delusional. She doesn't know about the whole cat secret. Nobody knows about it. She also gets a mask that makes her be able to transform into a cat from some cat seller, and he keeps hounding her, being hey, you really want to be a cat, I will. You just gotta give me your human face and you can keep that, and before you know it you'll transform into a cat and you can live how you want. And at first she's kind of I don't know, but then as she has more problems and she's getting bullied for having feelings for this kid and sticking up for him, and she even wrote him a note, she decides she doesn't really want to be human anymore. She'd much rather just be a cat, and that way she can be with this kid, which is weird because it's if you have this romantic interest, why would you want to take that away, that chance away, by becoming a cat? This is she's really struggling within her own family life, and she is struggling to really just understand her emotions, and the guy that she likes practically says, I hate you, because he was so embarrassed by the letter that got read out loud. And then she's no, yeah, let's just do it, I'll be a cat. as that goes on and she hasn't shown up for school, obviously like her family is worried about her and they're like, where is she? The two friends, and they're like, hey, do you know where she'd be? And they're like, I don't know. So they decide to go look for her. Even like the boy that she doesn't think likes her decides to, because I think he also starts to slowly realize like, hey, you know, qualities that I do really like, and I'm just being a big baby and I should just try for it. He goes searching, and then she comes out in her little cat form and goes up to him, and he's like, I gotta go search for this, like, my friend, like I gotta go find her. And you know, he's kind of like confessing feelings, and then she slowly starts to not be able to actually understand him because she's starting to turn into a cat, which is crazy. Throughout that, her family's like house cat actually gets her face and pretends to be her, and she's having to kind of watch from the sideline as like the cat now, like what's happening in her life, and starting to realize, hey, this isn't actually what I want. The human world is a lot better than I thought it was, and this isn't how I wanted to play out. Throughout the movie, you know, they end up having to go to like a whole cat town and try to fight to get that back. Hinode learns about the whole cat situation, and like what blows my mind is he was just like not even like upset that he was lied to, and that it was like, oh, I told this cat everything, I loved on this cat, I took care of this cat, and it's really the girl that likes me and I apparently like, and he's just like, it's fine, let's go get her, let's go save her, let's bring her home. And I'm just like I get like it's supposed to be like a nice touching movie and it's like done in like a Studio Ghibli style, but why are we not having some type of real life emotions beyond like, you know, family issues and feeling like nobody actually cares about you? So they go and they have to like fight the big cat mask seller, and luckily they win, and they bring her back home, and she starts to realize what to me is actually the most important thing of the whole movie is, you may think people are better off without you, you may think people don't care about you, but the truth is, when it comes down to it, people really do care. You're just choosing not to see it, and she really didn't want to see that with her like step mom that was going to be, even though that mom like really tried to help her and take care of her, and the dad also tried. So it's just like, I think that's like the most important lesson to take away from this whole thing is you are more wanted than you think, you are more cared about than you think. And I feel like that even like helped me put in perspective of things in my own life and my own family life, when I'm like, this person doesn't care, they wouldn't care if I was here or not, but then you realize that they do. Overall, I do think it is a movie definitely worth checking out. I didn't love the first part, so it is something that I feel like you kind of have to like bear with and deal with, but I feel like the overall message was really sweet and something worth actually, you know, taking something from. It's done in kind of like, I would assume like a Studio Ghibli style, even though it's not from them. I don't really know much about the artist that actually did it, they made the movie, but it is something that I think is worth looking into and checking out. It is like a cute little story, and it has like a touching ending and still like a good message. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have watched it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Please go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up, just to let me know that you like this kind of content, and I'm just gonna keep producing just some random anime based content commentary, and if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. Alright, see ya.